What I want to say is, absolutely not! Get your own pen, this is mine! Can we pass just this one? There it goes, the last glimmer of faith in humanity. Flushed down the toilet. These guys have been trying to build up my confidence for weeks. 4 years. This is the first episode I've spoken in.
When customers complained about my behaviour in a supermarket, I received a particularly harsh punishment.
David C.
Oh. Are we to infer that you were employed by the supermarket?
I was an employee.
And what was it you did then that upset them?
So people would buy like a roast chicken that had been pre-cooked, and then...
It's the only way you can get a roast chicken.
And it'd be in sort of a bag,
right.
But when I would bag it, I'd put it in the bag and then I'd kind of give that a flick, a little, like kind of a flourish before I'd put it down.
Yeah.
I was swinging the chickens. Customers were complaining.
Sorry, so you're at the checkout. Where are the roast rotisserie chickens? You don't acquire them at the checkout, presumably.
No, people were buying them and taking them to the checkout.
OK, so they arrive at the checkout.
In Australia, when people shop, they get the stuff and then they take it to the checkout. You scan it and then little, yeah.
I've read about supermarkets, I know all. It's your job on checkout to double bag the chickens.
Yeah.
Is there not a risk that your swinging technique might splatter juices, all over everyone?
No risk, no reward.
No risk, no reward?
You got to risk it to get the biscuit, brother.
Did you say you had a strange punishment?
This is not from the boss, but the supervisor. The circus was in town.
What?
The circus came to town.
The circus came to town. I wasn't expecting that.
To advertise that someone with a monkey came and they were handing out flyers outside of the supermarket.
Hang on. Is this the same story?
Yeah.
There's a monkey now?
I'm serious.
Come on.
OK, Sam, go on.
So everyone else was taking their break. They were going out to look at the monkey and to admire it, and because I'd been up to all this stuff with it, I was not allowed to go on my break to look at the monkey and never got to witness it. Oh. I wanted to go out, everyone else, and my friend came back and he goes, you wouldn't have wanted to see it, it was covered in scabs. And the boss and the supervisor, I don't know if I should even mention this, they were having an affair and they were going on cruise ships together.
Can I just tell you now, right? In this show, if you're given 3 different truths or lies, spread them out throughout the show, rather than think you've got to do them all in one story.
The supervisor doesn't like your chicken swinging.
He says we don't do that kind of thing here.
And you said, swinging? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
It's time to go for your guess, then.
Can we pass just this one? We're leading on Mastermind. You can pass, can't you? You can't. You don't have them sort of going. No, guess. Guess who was the emperor of China in the 4th century?
It's down to you, boss.
That's
It's down to you.
I'm going true.
You're going to say? Ooh. All right. Yeah. They think it's true, Sam. Was it true or was it a lie?
It was, true.
I like pens.
I know this! It's true! It's true!
I like pens, and I like to know where my pens are. For this reason, I have a 3-point pen policy.
What's your 3-point pen policy?
Well, point 1, I find it important to know where my pens are at any time. Mm-hmm. For example...
That covers all 3, doesn't it?
This pen. No. Point 2 is to be hyper-aware of any pen that I've lent out. Point 3 is to take any opportunity within the bounds of a reasonable interpretation of the law to purloin or otherwise obtain pens.
Name 3 people who have currently got pens of yours that you want back.
There are no people who have pens of mine. A key part of point 2 is to get a pen back as soon as possible. When people say, can I borrow your pen? What I want to say is, absolutely not! Get your However, as part of a scheme I'm working on to try and seem normal would be an exaggeration, but, you know, at least acceptable in broader society, I try not to say that. I try and seem casual about, oh, yeah, borrow my pen, that's fine. And then I'm thinking about it constantly until it is returned.
The pen that you've got with you tonight, is that your own pen or is that a BBC pen?
It is now my pen.
Pass me the pen.
I'd rather not.
But you have to. You have to pass me that. I will give it you back.
Yeah.
I will promise to give you the pen back within 5
All
minutes.
right. OK, shall I...
Let's meet halfway.
All right.
It'll be the first time we've made physical contact in 5 years.
I'll see you...
Right, put the pen on the floor and step away. Step away from the pen.
You're going to destroy the pen,
I'm not going to destroy the pen. You've got such a cynical mind. Back away from the pen.
He's going to destroy it.
I'm not going to destroy the pen.
Is.
That would be infantile. So this is a pen you got from the BBC today.
Yeah.
If I take this pen and say, I'm keeping this pen, what will you do to get the pen back off me?
I will not fight you.
So what are you thinking, Lee?
It didn't seem much of a system, did it? That he's going to ask me to have the pen back, I'm going to say no, and he's going to leave it at that.
I'm so sorry.
It is fair to say we have created drama.
You had explicitly reassured him in front of witnesses that you would not break the pen.
I didn't believe him.
That is true.
I didn't believe him. I knew he'd break the pen. That pen, I'm afraid to say, and I hope this doesn't make me sound heartless, when I put that pen down there, it was dead to me.
Right, Lee, which way are you going? Is he telling the truth or was he telling a lie?
I bet you love pens. I bet you're pretty crazy about pens, but you do not have a 3-point system.
I think he might.
OK, Lee, take a guess. Truth or lie?
We'll say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. David Mitchell, the truth or a lie?
It is, in fact, true.
I was genuinely invited to Harry and Meghan's wedding today, but I said no because I had to come here and do this.
David's team.
Why were you invited?
Well, that, David, is as much of a shock to me as it is to you. I'm on the telly.
For example, Prince Harry or Meghan Markle?
Well, I've met Prince Harry and he was very nice and he did say that he was a fan of this show. So he's definitely seen me because I'm on this show.
If this is true, it's a bit of a blow to me and Rob. Because, I wasn't invited. Maybe Rob was as well.
I really can't say.
I think we know if Rob was invited, he would be able to say.
Well, this is interesting because I want to know if you were invited, because as soon as I got the invite, I met Prince Harry and I know he's a fan of the show, so I immediately assumed that you two had been invited as well.
Yeah.
So I went to phone you, and I phoned you first, and I put the phone down, because I didn't want to ask in case you hadn't been invited. I thought it wouldn't be a good idea.
Yes, it would be a horrible thing to let slip, wouldn't it?
Yes.
If you'd been invited, it would be a horrible thing to do to someone under any circumstances, even if it wasn't in public.
So you think he's going, OK, George Clooney, David Beckham, Oprah Winfrey, Lee.
He didn't even know my surname.
I should point out to people watching at home that it is the royal wedding day today. Yeah. As we record this, it happened today, didn't it?
And it was a lovely wedding as well.
Look, it brought people together, didn't it? And you know what I'm glad about? Yeah. I'm glad he wasn't there.
Yes.
Did it come through the post?
It went through my agent.
It was more like a booking. Were they expecting you to do some of your silly humour or something?
Did you have a +1 as well?
Yes, I did.
And so your wife was happy for you to come and do this instead of going to the royal wedding?
Well, actually, my wife couldn't go anyway. So that was the other problem as well. And then I thought, well, who would I take?
And I did actually think of one of you two. I thought that's going to be more awkward. So I immediately... But then I thought maybe it's not awkward. If David's been invited, as I suspected, and Rob hasn't, I'll take Rob. And then we're all going. There was a lot of social etiquette. I was a mess.
That is the other question. Why didn't... Because the wedding finished...
Well, this is the irritating thing.
1.
Yes.
And then there was a lunch.
I got the invite that said the wedding is going to be at 12 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And... I thought in my head no one would say 12 o'clock, meaning that's when the wedding is. That would mean, you know, you turn up at 12 o'clock and then you go through all the rigmarole of security, blah, 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 and actually the wedding's going to be about 2. Then you've got the actual ceremony, then you've got the meal. I wasn't going to get here because...
Yes, it's like when you buy theatre tickets. The time is just when they think you should leave home.
Look, lads, I appreciate you're angry.
Yeah. Very angry.
I didn't write the invites.
Very angry and very hurt and very bruised, whether this is true or not. That's the terrible thing, because my thought processes have gone down the lines of it being true, and it feels like I've been through it emotionally, even if I haven't.
OK, time to decide.
Well, I think it's unlikely. I'd love it to be true, but I think it's unlikely.
I wouldn't.
This has been one of the most psychologically damaging thought experiments I've ever gone through, and so I couldn't. I don't think I could pronounce the words. I think this is true. Oh, I just did. You think it's true? We're going to say lie.
I think lie.
Lie. We're going to say lie.
I've a horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach that it's true. It's like waiting with a specialist for a result.
Yeah. Ironically, if this is true, when that moment comes for both of us, it'll just be a mercy.
So, tell us. They think it's a lie. I pray it's a lie.
It is, in fact, true.
Well, I hope that's the last question of the evening.
Well,
how did you
thank
keep
you
that
for
secret?
watching. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for watching.
Oh, actually, there's something else as well. Sorry, I've got to tell you this as well, which is quite important. This is a true story as well. I was lying. Look at the smile on his little face. Look at his little happy face.
You're okay. It's all right. It's all right. Yes. Praise be, it was a lie. Of course it was a lie. Lee wasn't invited, of course he wasn't, to Harry and Meghan's wedding.
Do you know what I think? I think the producers of this show are just trying to turn us against each other.
They're doing a good job. So please welcome this week's special guest, Jerry. So, Sian, what is Jerry to you?
This is Jerry, and he was the policeman who came to investigate when I was heard screaming during a Christmas game of Twister.
Right, Sian's concerned copper. James, how do you know Jerry?
This is Jerry. He's the fireman who every Boxing Day soaks me with water during a festive game of squirt.
Right, James is fireman friend. And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Jerry?
This is Jerry. He's the paramedic who ticked me off last Christmas after I landed my drone in his ambulance.
David's team, where to begin?
Sian, you were playing Twister.
Yep.
What was the occasion?
It was in between Christmas and New Year, and me and my family had gone away and rented a cottage.
And why did you scream?
Because I think I had my left hand on red and right foot on green.
Tricky.
And we'd all had a few drinks, and...
What was the time? What time of day?
Oh, it was evening.
Right.
It was evening. I'd say about 10:30ish.
OK.
And my uncle fell on my face and I screamed. And you would scream, wouldn't you? You would scream.
Was he a friendly uncle?
Very friendly.
If you've been affected by any of the issues raised in tonight's show, there is a website you can visit.
It wasn't a horrific scream. It was fun. I was having fun. I was just a bit hysterical.
Could you reproduce it, Sian? Could an actress of your stature reproduce it for us now? Imagine, Lee, is this uncle who's a little too friendly. You're never that happy when he turns up, no matter how many presents you think, oh, it's Uncle Lee. Oh.
I like the way that you said she's a good actress, so she could play the part of the screamer, but I could just play the untoward uncle naturally.
So, there you are. Why don't you demonstrate the twister? James, what are you doing?
Playing the twister mat.
It wasn't a scary scream. It was like a... because I was having fun scream.
How did the neighbour next door hear it, if it was just a little scream?
Did the uncle let out anything as well? Did
I certainly did not.
So what happens then? So suddenly there's a knock on the door.
Yeah.
And what happens when Jerry arrives?
Well, we're all just having fun at this point. We've all had a few drinks. We all invite Jerry in, see if Jerry wants a sherry. He was really lovely about it.
Right. So is there a police station in this village? And they're all on duty at Christmas week, are they?
There's always got to be a policeman on duty. Somewhere.
To look out for madmen like you pushing donkeys down lanes. Now, what about James?
OK, James.
Just remind us, James, what it was that you said.
Jerry is the fireman who every Boxing Day soaks me with water during a festive game of squirt.
Oh. OK. What's going on?
Squirt is a game.
Is it?
Yeah. 2 teams of firemen.
OK, so that's... For a game of squirt, the first thing you need is 2 teams of fire.
And they go either side of a river.
Yeah.
And you get a rope, and you tie it up in a tree at one side of the river, and then you run it along and you tie it to a tree at the other side of the river.
Yeah.
But before you've tied it to the other side, you thread a barrel across it.
Of course you do.
Just thread a barrel.
Yeah. What if there's a fire in the local area during the lengthy setup for a game of squirt?
Well, he's not... They can't put out fires anyway. He's only volunteer.
Sorry?
They're just a volunteer fire brigade. They're not allowed to put out fires.
What are they allowed to do? Just look at them?
They are permitted to pick up litter.
Where do they get the fire engines and everything from then?
Their fire engine's an old one. It's more like a ice cream van that's painted red.
The volunteers, do they have the uniforms?
No. The Kettering Volunteer Fire Brigade have a T-shirt, and it has an emblem on it of a fire being put out by a beer.
Talk us through the rules of squirt.
OK. You get the barrel to the middle of the rope, right in the middle of the rope, and then both teams aim their hoses at it.
Are the volunteer firemen allowed real water, or do they just mime it?
No, they're allowed water, they just can't aim it at a fire.
OK.
If there was a fire, they would have to turn the hose off.
Right.
So what happens next?
Someone's like, go! And then they both turn their hoses on and they aim it at the barrel. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the barrel, trying to squirt it along the rope so it gets to the opposition side of the bank. And all the water is hitting this barrel, and we're standing on the bridge. Getting soaked.
Yeah.
And then you walk home going, good squirt this year.
Right, now then, what about Lee?
how did you come to land the drone in Jerry's ambulance?
We have this really weird tradition in our house where we like to keep dry. And so I thought, what I'll do is I'll fly my drone, but I'll stay in the house. And the window was open, and I thought...
The window was open because it was a very hot Boxing Day.
And the window was open. Well, the window was open because my wife always has the heat on very high over Christmas, and I'm not a fan of the radiators, so I opened the window. Yeah. And I was practising in the bedroom, and I thought, I'm so in control of this, rather than go downstairs and fly it, I'm just going to go straight out the window.
Was the drone a Christmas present?
The drone was a Christmas present, correct.
Who gave you a drone for Christmas?
Not you, because you got me nothing.
Yeah.
It was my wife.
Your wife got you... It's a very romantic present. A drone.
She's heard me say it to her a lot during the year. Drone.
Why was there an ambulance there? Had your wife called it as a precautionary measure?
The ambulance was actually the house over the road, and as I was flying the drone, I looked over, and a man was carried out on a stretcher. And I think, can't quite see what's going on, but I thought I'll have a little look at that. And my drone has a camera attached to it, so I fly my drone over, that's getting closer and closer. You know, I'm getting quite
It can help, I think, when someone's just had a heart attack or something. Something shocking or strange can really helps them really get it together.
I thought so. Yeah. And so I was watching it and I thought, this is interesting. And then he gets put in the back of the ambulance and the doors stay open and Jerry goes in the back. I thought, I'll have a little look, see what's going on. So I get a bit closer. And now I'm hovering just outside the back doors.
Yeah.
And I pushed forward a little bit too much. And the drone went straight into the back of the ambulance, striking Jerry on the back.
This presumably hurt Jerry because the rotors of a drone are very fast.
Yeah, he was a good 3 or 4 inches taller than this last year.
So Jerry spots you leaning out of your bedroom window with a remote control. What does he then do?
Oi! I said, give me my drone back! I can't really repeat what he said on television.
Okay, he
because...
swore.
No, he's French and I don't understand French.
We need an answer. So, David's team. Is Jerry Sean's concerned copper, James's fireman friend, or Lee's peeved paramedic?
Oh, I think
it's James's.
You think it's James's?
Yeah. I think it's Sean.
I mean, I think we're agreed Lee is lying.
Yeah.
The question is it James or Sean?
I think it's a mate of James's from the pub who was a volunteer fireman.
I'm not happy about this. Because my instinct is that James is telling the truth.
Right.
But I know what that's saying publicly. I know what I am then believing. I'm believing a game that is played across a river between volunteer firemen with a souped-up ice cream van and squirting a barrel in which the locals come and stand and watch in just the place where they get splattered with water.
What's it going to be?
I think it's James.
You're going to go with James?
Yeah. Go on,
Jerry,
I'm saying it's James.
Would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Jerry, and I'm a volunteer fireman who soaks drains on Boston Road.
Hello, Jerry.
Yes, Jerry is James's fireman friend. Thank you very much, Joe.
I once had to explain to the police why I had 2 coffins in the back of my van.
David's team.
Imagine I'm the police. Why have you got 2 coffins in the back of your van, sir?
Well, I was doing a touring play at the time, and there was vampires in it.
Yeah.
So we had 2 coffins in the back of the van as props. And we were actually in Germany doing this play called Neighbours with Long Teeth. And
things never translate from English to German.
Why did the police stop you?
Well, unbeknownst to us, the head of the Deutsche Bank had just been assassinated in Frankfurt.
Right.
And they were stopping everyone.
And so they were pulling over basically all vans.
They were looking for anything dodgy, basically, I guess.
Right. Where were you? Which city?
It was just outside Frankfurt.
I live there.
Do you?
Yeah.
So they pulled you over.
Machine guns, everything. Very, very serious situation.
Yeah.
And we had to explain the plot of our play, Neighbours with Long Teeth.
Because you speak a bit of German. So
Yeah.
you were the... How many of you were there?
3 of us.
Oh, you should have said 9.
What sort of venues are you touring around?
Schools.
Schools. So...
The plot went that I was a sort of young 17-year-old schoolboy who'd fallen in love with my neighbour who was a vampire, and she came up out of the coffin, and that's where we first met.
And what was the other coffin for?
The other coffin was for her parents, her mum or her dad. I think they shared, because they're a married couple, they're allowed to do it.
I mean, to be fair, Motsy is loving this show.
And how did you explain all this to the police?
It was a lot of mime.
But it's quite a complex plot, so how would you convey it to them?
I think they had more things on their mind than the full... They didn't get to Act 3.
So, yes, at what point in your description of the story did they glaze over?
Right, Bez, what do you think?
Well, I love the plot of Neighbours with Long Teeth, and it's got to be true with Stephen, I reckon.
You think true, Motsy?
You don't think any of this is true, do you? You don't think this is really happening?
But don't you remember when the president of the Deutsche Bank was assassinated in Frankfurt?
When did this happen?
It would have been late 80s.
I just born. Like,
So you're not a suspect?
That wasn't a big part of your childhood. Kind of. Let us tell you the story of the president of the Deutsche Bank.
Well, what's it going to be?
Well, I live around Frankfurt area. I mean, even if I wasn't there in the 80s, I think I would have heard the story.
How old were you when you went to Germany?
18.
You arrived in Frankfurt over 20 years after Steve's van was pulled over. I am not surprised they didn't mention it.
But this is a story. This is culture. You carry that on.
A school's tour of a play about vampires, and the police pull over their van once on what was quite a busy day for the police. I cannot share your confidence that they would have mentioned it to you, an 18-year-old dancer coming from South Africa. I don't think that will be on the things you need to know. Local restaurants, you know, this is how you pay the tax. The bins come on Tuesdays. Oh, and I must tell you, back in the late 80s, there was a guy here and he had a couple of coffins in his van. Turned out it was just a school's tour. If that's what you're basing it on, I'm going with Bez.
Okay. So you're saying it's true?
Yes.
So, Steve, was it true or was it a lie?
True.
And they never mentioned it!
I have a possession.
All right, now then, let's please bring on the possession.
Oh, yes. This is Dexter, and when I judged a Dogs Who Look Like Celebrities competition, he was the winner. Hey, Dexter.
Okay.
Okay.
It's so very nice to see you. Again. Yes.
Go on, what's the celebrity?
Dennis Healy. So you need to have a proper look at Dexter's face, and specifically his eyebrows. There we go, Dexter.
Can I
have a
come
little
and
look.
see?
Yeah, come and see Dexter.
Yeah. Someone might have to tell Greg who Dennis Healy is.
That was my next question.
Dennis Healy was the Chancellor of the Exchequer under a Labour government in the 1970s.
And he was known for big eyebrows.
He had huge eyebrows, that's the big thing.
I've
And he used to walk round on all
never
fours.
seen a dog that looked more like Dennis Healy, I'm sorry.
Let's
It's
have a look.
uncanny.
Hey, Dexter? Oh, yes. What a silly Billy.
Name quickly, three other breeds of dog and the celebrities they resembled.
You will do it in your own time, thank you very much.
A blonde Afghan hound that looked like Tess Daly. There's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier that looked like Vladimir Putin. A Portuguese water dog that looked like Cher. And obviously Dexter.
So were you the sole judge?
I was. This is a big dog event that I go to called Dog Fest.
What is the event?
Dog Fest. Have you not been?
Fest.
Yeah, and people bring their dogs, and there are lots of activities. They've even got a diving pool for dogs. And my job is to judge the dog who looks like a celebrity competition.
Dennis a good swimmer?
Dexter.
Yeah, but, you know, Dennis.
It may be that Dexter is unaware that he's impersonating Dennis. He may not have immersed himself in the role to the extent he's been going, Dennis is swimming now. He's worried about interest rates. Okay. So the dog looks uncannily like Dennis Healy.
The dog is astonishingly like Dennis Healy.
When you're told that dog looks like Dennis Healy, I agree, looks like Dennis Healy. Would you have walked down the street and said to David, did you see that dog? Oh, he was a spit of Dennis Healy.
or even, I think that was Dennis Healy.
This is where I'm up to. That dog, 1, is definitely called Dexter. 2, definitely looks more like Dennis Healy than the waxwork that wouldn't be in Madame Tussauds because who'd go to see it? The question is whether Claire knows him.
Yeah. Well, strictly speaking, this is supposed to be a possession.
Yes.
But I assume, the round discipline's gone because I don't think Claire is even asserting that she owns Dexter.
So in a way, it's not her possession, is it?
No, exactly. So for me, the programme's rather spoiled. What do you think?
Well, I do trust Clare Balding. I think it's actually true.
But I don't trust Clare Balding. I'm going to stick my neck out. I think, well done whoever found that Healy-like dog.
Well, remember, Healy was, if it's not true, Healy was of Claire's invention just now after just looking at the dog. There's no Dennis Healy mentioned on the card, is there?
Was Healy on the card?
You're good at this.
No.
It must be true. It must be true.
So you think true?
Oh, I'm really confused
and
now.
Do you both think true?
We do, but I think we're confused.
True.
And I feel like we're angering you, so...
No. I've been...
That's it, Dad, again!
I've been very, very angry for very many years.
Don't look at your wife when you say that,
Let's say true.
You think true?
True.
True?
True?
We're going to say true.
All right, they're saying true. Claire, was it... Don't scratch, Dexter. Was it true?
No, he's going to have a lick now. He's been watching Lee.
Right, Claire, were you telling the truth, or was it a lie?
It was... true.
It's true. Claire did award Dexter first prize in a celebrity look-alike contest. And we have a picture. Look at this. Dennis is on the left. Thank you very much, Dexter.
Well done. Thank you so much. Well done,
Before every World Championship final, I used to give a motivational team talk to my snooker cue, or as I called him, Sir Potsalot.
David's team.
That's true. I just hope it's true.
Could you give us a flavour of the motivational talk you'd give Sir Potsalot?
I used to put him in the corner of the dressing room.
Yeah. Stephen, I don't want to interrupt your flow, but if you are going to...
Oh, God, he's not looking for drugs again, is he?
This, and it's not just any cue, this is a cue signed by one of the greatest snooker players of all time, Ronnie O'Sullivan. There you go. Now, why don't you recreate the motivational talk?
You're in the dressing room, ready to go out, you've done your practice, and it's just, come on, it's me and you today. You and I get to the table, we're just going to pot every ball, we're going to clear up and win the frame. Come on, Sir Potsalot.
I feel motivated.
Stephen, I'm buying into this. But if you were playing and it wasn't going that well and you came in for the break, would you give it a stern talking to?
I would sometimes come in and say, what are you doing? You know, because it's not, because obviously it's nothing to do with me.
It'd be great if the cue went, what am I doing? What are you doing?
When did you first acquire Sir Potsalot?
14.
You were 14 years old?
Yep, and it got actually broken later on in my career. I come back from Thailand.
Yes.
We couldn't take the cues on board after 9/11.
Yes.
So we had to put them in the luggage.
That's the problem with 9/11. The cues got a lot worse, didn't they?
Chris, are you a snooker fan? You seem to know the lingo.
I haven't always been blind, so I used to watch it and I played it as well until my eyesight got worse. So I had to reduce myself down to a pool table and then, you know, and then drafts. I do believe it's true because I think it's the kind of thing that successful sportsmen do. They have these little quirks and it's what makes them amazing. And Stephen was amazing.
Thank you.
Now, Laura.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think it's true because when you speak about Sir Potsalot, your eyes light up and you're so enthusiastic and excited. So for that alone, I just feel like no one else could get that excited about a stick. So I think it's true because of that. Well,
I must admit, I'm pretty lost without my stick. I'll give it a talking to now. We need to get to the bank today. Are you feeling up to your game?
Have you given your stick a name, though?
Sir Fines a lot.
David, what about you?
When did you name your cue Sir Potsalot?
It was a name, actually, my granny gave it to, so...
I have to say, if this is a lie, I'm going to totally re-evaluate you as a human being. I can believe that, firstly, in high-pressure sporting situations, there's going to be a certain amount of superstition. You want to do the same thing again and again and again. That's why I never wear trousers for this show. In a way, there's a clash, isn't there, between the triviality of Sir Potsalot and the seriousness of the pep talk, and yet the story about the grandmother giving the name. Oh, yes, that makes sense of it, doesn't it? Yes. Of course. There will be something lovable in that very triviality because of the family link. So it's either true or it is a diabolical lie.
David's been under a lot of pressure recently.
I'm going to take a risk on true. If only one more time, I'm going to believe.
You're going to dare to dream.
Yeah.
All right. Stephen Hendry, were you telling us the truth about Sir Potsalot or were you telling us a lie?
It was a diabolical lie.
There it goes. There it goes, the last glimmer of faith in humanity. Flushed down the toilet.
Yes, it's a lie. Stephen didn't give motivational team talks to his snooker cue. So please welcome this week's special guest, Richard. So, John, what is Richard to you?
This is Richard. He's the stunt horse rider who galloped me through a moonlit forest so I wouldn't miss the Man United Bolton game.
Gabby, how do you know Richard?
This is Richard. He is the flight attendant who persuaded me I wasn't dying, but I had trapped wind.
And finally, David, what's your relationship with Richard?
This is Richard. He came to my aid at the local tip when I lost my specs in his great big skip.
Lovely. So, there we have it. Lee.
Right. Would you like me to describe him, by the way? Would that help you suss out which of the three he might know?
Yeah, a little bit of audio description.
OK, well, he looks quite a cool dude, actually, so we can rule out that he knows David. Actually, I think you might know him because he's dressed as a policeman and he's not talking.
So who are you going to quiz first?
Right, John. He's the stuntman that covered you.
No, we were using horses in this production I was filming, and we were in Scotland, and that's when he offered to help me.
But what was it you said? You said he galloped you to a television. So what, you got on the back, spooned behind him?
Well... I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I was spooning him. No, I was just riding on the back of his horse.
And you were clothed?
Fully clothed. Yeah.
And the horse would have been quicker than a car in this instance?
In this instance, yes. We talked about it early in the day, and he said, I know exactly where you can watch it. There's a pub over there, and I can definitely get you there for kick-off.
And he literally pulled up outside the pub, you jumped off and ran into the pub like a desperate cowboy.
Well, no, he came in with me.
Oh, he came in with you?
Yeah,
And
with
where
the
did you
horse?
put the... Yeah.
Tied it up outside
You tied it up outside on the thing? Was this in, like, mid-America in the 1870s? What do you mean you tied... What thing did you tie it to?
Well, I didn't see. I just got off the horse, and then he came in.
You got where you were going and you went into a bar and you didn't take the horse purely for the joke that would have followed.
Am I the only one who doesn't know what the joke would be?
The reason why you...
Why the long face?
Yeah, but the reason why you've never heard that joke, Rob, is because it's a bit sensitive with you, isn't it?
You sound like you've got quite a little round face.
Isn't that lovely? No, thank you very much, Chris. I sound like...
It wasn't meant to be a compliment, but...
What kind of faces do the rest of us sound like
that's
we
quite
have?
interesting, yeah.
Take some time with Lee in particular.
Lee just... He sounds like he looks like a cheeky little monkey who's the only one that knows he's about to fling a poo.
Wow. That kind of... Please, can I use that on my posters for the next tour? What about David?
Oh, David! From voice alone. He sounds like he looks like a Toby jug of a duck.
That is bang on.
That is the image I go for. I think this deaf neighbour of yours was right the first time. Right. Lee, who would you like to quiz next?
OK, Gabby.
Just remind us, Gabby, for the benefit
this is
of the
Richard,
slower
and he
members.
is the airline steward who persuaded me I wasn't dying. I had trapped wind.
OK, so what were your symptoms?
I felt like really breathless, and I just couldn't... I felt like I couldn't get a breath at first.
You hadn't opened the window again, had you?
And, my husband looked across the aisle and said, "You look a bit pale."
Well, you say your husband looked across, you mean he came from economy up to first class.
He said, "You look a bit pale," and I said, I can't get any breath, and I felt really, really uncomfortable.
Where were you going to?
We were going home.
From?
Well, that helps us. We were going home.
We were going from Gibraltar.
Quite close to home at this point?
No, quite early on in the flight, about 10, 15 minutes into the flight, I started to feel a bit dodgy. Anyway, then, lo and behold, Richard came down and he said, "You all right?" I said, "I'm really not feeling great, actually." He said, "Come up here," and brought me up into the galley.
Yeah.
And then, well, I heard him talking to the captain, and then I heard the word doctor being mentioned, and I heard the words...
Oh, my God, what do you mean you heard the word doctor?
Well-
Because that could be quite scary if he said, listen, pilot, we need a... I'm not a pilot, actually, I'm a doctor. That would have released the wind.
I thought I was dying. I thought I'd ruptured my appendix or something like that.
And what kind of things did he say to calm you down?
I think he said, well, if we do go down in the sea, don't worry, you're full of wind, you'll float for longer.
Well, at some point...
Chilled her out.
At some point, he kind of knelt down in his very caring way and said, there is a possibility this could be trapped wind, which filled me with horror. Because it was just going to all come out at some point, and that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but better than dying.
So then he just went one step further, and he said to me, "If we lower the plane, there's a good chance..."
Well, so your internal pressure would be less?
So he said, "There's a good chance it could come out, but I've got to warn you..."
Whoa. Would that work? Does the science add up there that you're more likely to release wind?
At this
Otherwise,
point...
by that logic, everyone would be farting on takeoff.
You're not saying that it was beginning its descent?
Well, I don't know how far out it would begin its descent, but...
Well, not 15 minutes after takeoff.
No, it wasn't 15 minutes. By this point, we're like over halfway into the journey.
So he said to the cockpit, "Bring it down," and did they do that?
Apparently, they did.
Quick, bring the plane down, I think she might blow.
Yeah. So what happens? They bring it down, and what was the effect on you?
Well, within a few seconds, minutes maybe, a tiny little burp came out of my mouth.
Of your mouth?
Of your mouth?
Yes. And I thought, that's it. I'm good. And I walked back to my seat.
Did everybody cheer and clap?
Yeah. The truth is, when I say that...
The truth is, it didn't happen, Gabby. That's the truth.
The truth is, when
None of this has ever happened. I don't think you've even ever been to Gibraltar. The only bit of this that I believe is that you fart a lot.
What about David? Remind us of your claim.
This is Richard. He came to my aid at the local tip when I lost my specs in his great big skip.
What were you doing at the tip? What were you getting rid of?
I was getting...
Not another body, David.
Not another body, no. I bury them. Cover them in acid. But no, this was 2 CD players and a DVD player.
What did you do with them at the tip?
I put them in the small electrical goods skip thing.
And so what did you do? Did you lean right over to put them further in the middle?
I leant right over.
Did you place them? Was it a shallow skip?
No, it was deep. You had to go up a staircase, like a wheelie set of stairs.
Yes. Now, most people throw things in skips by just lobbing them. They don't lean over. And I'm trying to work out...
stairs and then lean over, no?
Yeah, the up the stairs thing, I'm not quite... I mean, how tall was this skip?
Why didn't you just throw them in?
It was about a foot high, but I thought it would be fun to climb a staircase.
Take us now to the crux. The losing of the glasses.
The losing of the glasses. OK, so I'm throw the things in, the skip, and they make a crashing sound, and I lean in to peer to see what I, in my mightiness, have wrought. My glasses were a bit loose, and...
You had quite a sweaty head from all of the effort of lugging the 2 CD players and the DVD
the effort
player.
going up all the stairs thinking, this isn't very practical. What if I was throwing away a dishwasher? And they slid down my sweaty Toby jug duck beak.
And fell into the skip?
And fell into the skip.
Did you shout for help?
I went, excuse me!
And then what, Richard appeared?
He appears. He goes into the skip.
Yeah?
I mean, I'd explained in words what had happened. I said, my glasses just fell off. They should be directly below here.
And did he not say, well, in you go, then?
Yeah, why did he think it was his job to do that?
He said, it's all right, I'll go in and get them.
And did you ask why?
Why he'd go in and get them?
Yeah.
Why, did I want to talk him out of it?
So he'd come over and you'd said, could you go and get my glasses?
I quacked, he gave me some bread. I said, actually, that's not good for me, I need seed.
Never, ever say that to a stranger at the tip.
So, did you get the glasses?
Yes.
Good. Right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team. Is Richard John's horseback hero, Gabby's steward saviour, or David's rubbish rescuer?
Oh, tricky.
Really tricky.
Chris.
I can't go with Gabby myself.
I don't know. Like, trapped wind is very painful.
What about David?
If anybody's going to the tip to do the physical work, it's Mrs. Mitchell, isn't it?
So who are you thinking, John?
Well, we were chatting earlier in the green room, and he told me he was a Man United fan.
OK.
OK, so, what are you going to say, Lee?
We'll go John.
You're going John. OK. Richard, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Richard, and I am the flight attendant that helped Gabby.
Richard, you're on national television. Did you ask the pilot to lower the plane?
We were descending anyway.
Yes, Richard is Gabby's steward saviour. Thank you very much, Richard.
Once, on a family day out, I got the jitters and had to flee an owl sanctuary.
Lee's team.
What gave you the jitters?
I'd been asked to have a photograph of me taken holding an owl.
Right.
Where was this?
In Cornwall. I'm on holiday.
With your family?
Yes.
Oh, it was recently?
Yes.
Oh, I think you meant as a child with your parents. As a fully grown man.
As a fully grown man.
You got the jitters.
Adult man, I got the jitters.
And because you thought the owl might be a bit terrifying.
Yeah.
David, can I say that if you were my partner and we were at an owl sanctuary and you got the jitters and fled, you'd be toast, mate. I simply would have no respect for you at all.
What you have to remember, Anna, is that there's a long journey that leads to someone choosing to marry a person like me. And part of that journey is learning to cope with a person like me.
But also, to be fair, I've been to owl sanctuaries and they flap in everywhere. I mean, it's enough to...
they're predators.
You know.
I didn't know which owl they were going to put me with.
Right.
Some little owl, that's fine, any trouble. But you've had a great big one like a mini post box.
Who was it who asked you for a photo?
I think it might have been the manager of the owl sanctuary.
He wanted a photograph with TV's David Mitchell.
Yes. When I was initially asked, you sort of think, oh, I should say yes, and then... But, I don't know. It's not like I want to hold an owl. I'm sure it would probably be fine, but it'd be a bit stressful.
What were you worried about?
But, I thought they'll give you a big glove, and I never liked it in science at school.
You were worried about putting the glove on?
No, I wasn't worried about that. I'm trying to explain, but this is like a 4-clause explanation, so...
How many claws did it have?
Then they've gone off. They're not really, do I now have to sort of go to the reception desk and ask for the photograph? To sort of go, is this what I said I'd get a photo... So, shall we do that? And then it might look like I'm sort of desperate to... Seeing as I'm here, will you please take a special photo of me?
I'll tell you what sounds like a lovely, relaxing day out with you.
So did you have to say to Victoria, I'd be happier if we left? Or did you just say, we're going? How did you approach that?
I think I did it in more of a vague, pathetic way.
Let's go, we're going. Let's go to the car.
Oh, I don't like that impression of you.
Let's go, I want to flee the scene.
David, I'm so sorry.
She absolutely hates you.
Exactly, I know, Lee. Just when I'm getting a bit of a handle on my own self-loathing, then this happens. These guys have been trying to build up my confidence for weeks.
4 years.
This is the first episode I've spoken in.
Right, let's have the voice of reason. Johnny, what do you think?
I don't think it's true. I think you're too well-mannered.
I think it's true because I think David is a duplicitous person.
All right. What are you going to say, Lee? You've got a truth and a lie.
I can see David doing this. They were probably on the edge of bankruptcy, and they said, what we need is a celebrity to walk through the door. Then the music started, and you walked in, and they went, the Owl Sanctuary is saved. If you can have a photo, and we can put it on the website, things will change for us. But no, you fled, and all those owls were put down.
No, you...
I've got to go with a sensible one and say, true.
You're going to say that it's true. David, was it true, or was it a lie?
It was... true.
After a mix-up with a builder, my house now has a daft name.
David, Steve.
What is your house's daft name, please?
The name is 74 Baskerville.
And what's the actual address?
All right, David, calm down.
That's a fair point you make. You don't have to tell me your address on television. How did you end up with 74 Baskerville on your house?
On the glass above the door in a Victorian house, there's an opportunity to put your number if you want it.
Yeah.
And I said, I want the number 74 frosted into the glass, and I want it in a serifed font like Baskerville or Century Schoolbook or Garamond or Times New Roman or something like that.
This is the most middle-class conversation I have ever heard in my life.
Does it say 74 Baskerville in Baskerville?
What annoys me about it is that it is in Baskerville font, so someone knew.
It's interesting, because I've always had a theory that sign writers can all spell accommodation. But they ask, do you want the special service where we spell check? It's twice as much. And then people say, no, we can spell check. And then they come up with their idea of how to spell accommodation. The sign writer goes, OK, that's what we're putting, knowing that it will foreshorten the time by which the sign will have to be redone, because people will be embarrassed to have accommodation spelt wrong. Anyway, that's just my theory.
So what are you thinking? Now, let's see. Roman.
I think it's the truth.
This is a real tricky one, and he knows he's had a good performance. Look at his face.
Now there's a look there. He looks pleased that we're about to believe him.
Yeah, I agree. I really
He's
agree.
luring us in with his pleasedness, and I just feel humiliated and toyed with.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a lie. We're going lie.
You're saying that it's a lie?
Yeah.
All right, I like that. That's dynamic.
That means he's invented Baskerville like that. We're saying he's a genius.
Xand, was it the truth or was it a lie?
Desperate to press the button. It's so true. Oh, God.
It's true.
Yes, it's true. And look at this. Here's a picture of it. Look at that.